Hello everyone, this is Kargarok, and welcome to Bastion. This is the first official Let's Play of this channel. Originally, I didn't know what game I wanted to do. However, I chose this one with the help of a friend. But yeah, that's all irrelevant. Let's just get straight into it. As you can see, I've got the settings turned down so the game doesn't drown out my voice like BitTrip Runner did. Also, interesting thing about this game is that it narrates itself. Like when you're running around in the world and you come across things, or you do something, it'll actually comment on it. And of course it more or less tells its story through this fashion as well. I have played through a decent chunk of the game, so unless the narration's saying something particularly important or funny, I might just end up talking over the guy. However, I do have subtitles on, so if you still want to know what he's saying, well, at least you have that option. Alright. I will be playing no sweat mode because, well, as you can see there are limited chances to carry on in normal mode. And during my test run of this, I did pretty badly. So I want to make sure that I can, show you guys the whole game with as little setbacks as possible, because I'm going to die a lot. But anyway, let's get started.
Proper story's supposed to start at the beginning. Ain't so simple with this one. Now here's a kid whose whole world got all twisted, leaving him stranded on a rock in the sky.
Oh, that's a pretty chewed up rock if you ask me.
He gets up, sets off for the Bastion, where everyone agreed to go in case of trouble.
Alright, that right there where it said he gets up, I literally could have laid in bed for as long as I wanted and it would not have said that until I moved.
Ground forms up under his feet as it pointing the way. He don't stop to wonder why.
Now you see, I would wonder why ground is magically forming under my feet. I don't know about you guys, but...
Finds his lifelong friend just lying in the road.
Hello there.
Well, it's a touching reunion.
Alright, but anyway, this is your, obviously your first weapon. You've got your basic attack and all that. You've got a dodge roll that you can do by pressing space. This hammer is actually really good.
He sees what's left of the rippling walls. Years of work undone in an instant. In the calamity.
Oh, well, I don't know what that calamity thing is. But I ended up using the hammer through most of my test playthrough so far. So I'm a big fan of it. It's a nice, strong weapon, and it's got a decent attack speed. And it also destroys things very quickly. Very nice.
That a survivor? No, ma'am. It's a gas fella. Forced out from underground.
Yeah,
Kid pops him good. Starts to feel his bruises, though.
Ugh. And you see, he will actually say different things depending on how much damage you take. Like, if he'd only gotten me a little bit, the narrator would have said, like, kid pops him good, but, he took a bit out of him, too, or something like that. I don't remember the exact wording. But yeah, see these little blue things that I'm collecting up that are pooling over here? These are known as shards. They're not important right now, but they will be later. So make sure you collect...
just rages for a while.
So make sure you collect up a bunch of them. But that right there was another example of how dynamic the narration in this is. Because since I'm running around destroying a whole bunch of shit, well, the narrator commented on it. And I really think that's awesome, because I can't think of many other games that do this. Having a live narration or... That bit of moss is hanging off the step.
An old repeater falls out of the sky. Ain't a gift from the gods, but it'll have to do.
This is our...
Gotta hold her still to spin up the chamber.
This is our very first secondary weapon. It is ranged, obviously, with rapid-fire shooting. However, you cannot move while you're shooting it. So as far as a, beginning game weapon goes, it's pretty good, but I don't really use this all that often, so...
Kid's worked up quite a thirst by now, so that fountain looks real inviting. Sometimes you just need a drink.
You see, I find it interesting that, we somehow get magical healing water from a fountain.
A school of squirts tunnels up around them. Must have fled here from the mines.
I see. I like squirts, but they can be a pain to fight, especially when they swarm you or you find bigger ones.
Kid finds a memento from a girl he knew. Always used to fancy her.
No. Alright, so if you press tab, you can bring up your pack, which will carry upgrade materials and mementos that you collect throughout the levels. This city crest is one we actually start out with. And I could have hit tab to bring it up earlier, but figured I'd show you when I got this too. Anyway, the city crest. A memento, an identification badge from the old days. All those on official business for the city bear the star of Solondia. It is said to represent warmth, labor, and sacrifice. And then the crystal barrette, another memento. A fashion accessory covered in soot, holds great value of the sentimental variety. Also holds hair firmly in check. Best hang on to it just in case. Yeah, with that mop of white hair, might need a barrette to keep it in check,
It's a wonder the old saloon's still standing.
Oh, I accidentally cut off his voice. Oh well.
He sets foot inside one of Celandia's famous watering holes.
Oh, it's Celandia.
Inside's old Rondi, the bartender. The calamity got him before his drinking did.
Yeah, for the record, I'm probably not going to pronounce Celandia right through this. I, for some reason, find it really hard to remember how to pronounce it. Poor guy got turned to stone.
Then Kid finds his trusty shield.
By the way, you could actually attack and break this statue, but I'm not going to because that seems a little cruel. Yay, we can defend now.
But just as he's getting a handle on it, the security takes him for a petty thief.
Uh-oh. Oh,
Clang.
shit!
Shield saves his hide.
That was actually very lucky. I wasn't planning on showing that until later. You can block projectiles with the shield, and
Windbags start turning up for last call.
But if you bring up the shield just as you're about to get hit, it'll actually knock the projectile back towards whatever shot it at you.
Out of the woodwork.
All of the squirts.
A big old fella pops out in front of the kid.
Oh, crap.
Them
Heal.
windbags are playing for keeps.
Yeah, they are. Now that's interesting what happened right there. You see how...
Kid sees the way to the Bastion out the window. It's a bit of a drop.
Oh dear. But you see how I have full health tonics up there? Whenever you pick up extra health tonics after your inventory is already full, your character will automatically use it.
He gets a good look at things on his way down.
Ooh.
He lands on top of a breaker's bow, and it ain't broke.
That's impressive. Yeah, this is our secondary. This is
long before the kid could loose an arrow, strong and true.
But yeah, this is our secondary weapon. But as I was about to say about the health tonics, if you pick up
a good perch for some target practice.
Thank you, game. Can I talk, please?
You should draw the string all the way back.
You don't really have to draw the string all the way back to kill these things. But I do anyway. But, like I said, your character, with the health tonics, your character will use...
Right back at you.
will use, an extra one that you picked up to heal his health.
Good news is the emergency defenses still work. Bad news is they're aiming for the kid.
But if your health is already full, and you pick up another health tonic, it will actually gain you experience points. And yes, this game does have a level system. However, it's not used in the typical fashion.
Picks up a few pointers from a dusty old tome.
This is a very useful skill. Basically what it does is it uses these items up here called black tonics, and when you hit the Q button...
He's a mighty fast learner.
You perform it. And in this case, this is really good for when you're getting swarmed, because your character just death blossoms. I'm probably not using that right, but I don't care.
He finds the distillery right next to the arsenal. Tough part of town.
Oh, I can imagine. Anyway, that basket of apples we just picked up, and over here, we've seen these a couple of times already. If your health is low, you can pick them up to restore a little bit of your health. Not nearly as much as that.
One sip of the spirits in that distillery, and the kid'll feel like a new man.
But yeah, not nearly enough not nearly as much as a health tonic would. Anyway, this is how the level system in this game is used. You unlock slots for spirits, which act as passive upgrades. They also increase your overall health. But these passive upgrades are much, much more helpful. Anyway, if you can hear that in the background, my rabbit's being a twit. Anyway, we only have 3 spirits available right now. One is the Squirt Cider, which increases your max health by 10. The Dread Rum, which gives you a plus 10% critical hit chance. And a Fetching Fizz, which absorbs stray fragments. Personally, I'm going to go with Squirt Cider for right now, because I tend to get hit a lot. And I have the worst luck in the world, so the critical hit chance wouldn't really help me out much.
The arsenal's where the kid can pick the best tools for the job.
Yeah. This is where you go to change out your weapons. Like here you can see the breaker's bow, the finger repeater, the hammer that we already picked up. Personally, I'm going to keep everything equipped the way it is, because I like this setup. But yeah. Anyway, this recording's starting to drag on a bit long. So, in the next episode of Bastion, we will finish up this first area, hopefully find the Bastion that the game is, telling us about and that we're supposedly heading towards. And maybe find out who this mysterious narrator is. So this is Carterox signing off.